keep saying it. They know I'm the champ too. My title is Mr. Olympia. Theirs isn't. And they're trying to get there. They've got to fight me all day.
Is a two-time Mr. Olympia Phil "The Gift" Heath in the new bodybuilding docudrama titled Generation Iron. It's a remake of the 1977 film Pumping Iron, which made Arnold Schwarzenegger a household name.
Generation Iron opens in theaters this Friday. Joining us this morning, Phil Heath and the film's director and writer, Vlad Yudin. Welcome, fellas. Good to see you this morning.
Thanks for coming in.
What's really funny is Frank wants to know how to get big and strong like you, Phil. But is this as popular maybe as it was when this film came out more than 3 decades ago? You know, it started a craze with people pumping iron and going to the gym. Is it still a craze?
I'd say so.
In this day and age?
I mean, the industry is bigger than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mr. Olympia contest is, much wider viewed, around the world, whereas before, they'd have a contest and you'd have to wait for the results, for a few days after it was already completed. So, I mean, obviously with the internet and the various sponsorships available and stuff, I mean, the athletes can actually live a pretty decent lifestyle. The athletes are getting paid more, being able to travel.
Sponsorships and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
sponsorships. Yeah. I mean, you can travel all around the world. I usually travel just under 200,000 miles a year promoting the sport of health and fitness. So it's pretty awesome.
How has the sport changed? I mean, it seems to me that you guys know a lot more about the science of the body and all of that versus back in the 60s or 70s.
Right. I would say, just like with any sport, I mean, players evolve. We start seeing basketball players, actually having bigger muscles, and they start going from not weight training at all to weight training, and you start seeing guys with cuts, that you never saw before, and actually guys.
Well, if I took off my jacket and shirt,
you would embarrass me totally, man.
Right.
We already had this talk.
We
already had this talk earlier. So,
it begs the question as we look at some of that footage, and I'll be honest, with no disrespect. If I were to look at you, wouldn't some people say, well, he's great, he's tough, he's roided up as well?
Well, I mean, if it was easy, everybody'd be good. As simple as that.
There's no substitute for hard work and dedication and talent. I think bodybuilders in general always being put in that category just because of their physiques. You know what I mean? Where if we talk about that subject, it should be a subject of all sports, professional sports, all over the world. You know what I mean? And then we talk about it in the film a lot. How they're being categorized, and we talk about all the subjects in a very open manner, basically.
And to Sam's point, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger has admitted that, look, I used to take performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, whatever you call it. He doesn't regret it. Is that still happening today? Do I need to take something to look like you, or is it all just discipline and hard work?
I would say no, because it's really a personal choice. And just like any other sport, people choose to do what they want to do to win.
But in some sports, it's very much like, this is not kosher, this is illegal. In your sport, is it okay or not okay, or what's the general feeling?
Well, we're actually just like most other sports, there's random testing and stuff. So, that does exist. And in addition to the sponsorships that you have, it says it right there in the contract, just like most other sports, you get caught doing this, you can lose everything. So, essentially what we try to portray and what I try to preach is that, I got into bodybuilding shortly after playing Division I basketball, just to look good and feel a little bit better each day. And collectively over the last 11 years, I was able to put on a lot of muscle. But anyone can look me up and see that, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, when I was in college, I just had a, very good ability to gain muscle. I was that guy in the gym that, people would say, wow, like he looks at the weights and he gets bigger. And then when I obviously learned how to eat better, when I stopped partying in college and, eating the pizzas and the drinking and all that stuff, and I started focusing more on how does these different food items work. When you go in the health food store, millions of people to this day have so many myths and fallacies that they follow, and they don't know how to, really get lean. And what we try to talk about is we know how to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, which would help really the world, really. Our perspective would eliminate a lot of fad diets. It's more of a lifestyle. And I think, we're able to do that quite well.
There's certain people or body types that, you can work hard and do the whole regimen and eating right, and you'll get some muscle in that, but it's just not going to happen kind of thing.
It would be no different than, like for me, I was playing Division I basketball. It didn't mean I was going to go to the NBA. I just wasn't tall enough. I wasn't good enough. But it didn't mean that I couldn't get a Division I scholarship. So what I'm saying is that just because you may not become Mr. Olympia, it doesn't mean that you can't be better than you were the previous day, the previous month, previous year.
And it could be a three-peat for you, Mr.
Absolutely.
Olympia.
Yes, that's right.
When is that?
Next Friday and Saturday in Las Vegas.
Man.
Excited for it, though.
You see this smile?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to get it on.
Confident.
You have
Los
to be.
Angeles premiere and red carpet for Generation Iron tonight at Chinese Six Theaters in Hollywood. The documentary opens in theaters this Friday. Phil and Vlad, thank you guys for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having
Is there
us.
someone you watch out for over your back, or is there just anybody can come in and take it away?
I mean, you always look in your rearview mirror and you keep them there.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well
All
said,
right.
Phil.
Excellent.